So hello everyone and welcome to this week's live card reading with me, Natasha Nicole Harris, where I'm going to channel a little bit of wisdom from one of my beautiful card decks. This week, the Enchanted Map, one of my oldest decks that's kind of faded in the sun. That was the colour of the box that it used to be, and now it's kind of gone that pinky brown. So one of my very old card decks, going to be pulling a card from here to share some wisdom and some guidance from the cards and your Akashic Record. So for me, if you don't know me, I'm Natasha Nicole Harris. I'm an Akashic activator and guide and teacher, teaching practitioners how to access their own Akashic Records, but also practice to be able to access the Akashic Records for their clients. So if you are interested or curious to know a little bit more about the Akashic Records and how you can access them, because everyone can access their own Akashic Records without fail. I often get asked, what if I don't have the special gift that's required? Isn't it for people who are very spiritual, who are very on the woo-woo end of the spectrum? And my answer is always the same. Everybody undoubtedly can access their own Akashic Record. And there is a very, very simple reason for this. And the reason is because our Akashic Record is an energetic an energetic reflection of who we are in the physical. And our physical is our physical bodies, our physical experience, our physical reality is a manifested version of our Akashic Record. They are one and the same. There is no separation between you here in the physical form, in the human form, to your Akashic Record in the energetic form. It is exactly the same. So everybody can absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, access their own Akashic Record. What we usually is missing for many of us is that it's not about being more spiritual. It's not about being more woo. It's really, truly about trusting the wisdom and the guidance that we receive. And this is what these card readings are all about. We know what we need, but we do not take time to nurture our relationship with our soul, and therefore our Akashic Record. We do not take time to deepen our trust with our channel and our connection with our own Akashic Record and with our soul. And so therefore we don't actually truly believe that we can access it. But once we flip that script, that idea that actually everybody, there is no special gift required, absolutely none, to be able to access our own Akashic Record, we start to develop a different relationship with who we are at soul level. And that's where we start to see our lives changing. We start to see that we are shifting and manifesting and creating on a whole new different perspective and a different trajectory. We start to head in a completely and utterly new timeline. So the important thing for me, as always, is really about setting intention. What is your intention? What are you asking for wisdom and guidance for from your soul, from your Akashic Record? What is it that you are willing to step up and change? What is it that you're willing to do differently moving forward? And then that's where we start to ask a very different question, a more powerful question that puts us in the driving seat, that is able to show us that we can create the change that we want to, that we're not waiting for some energy, some source, wisdom, guidance, or angels, or anyone to outside of ourselves to give us the answers. We have the answers within us. They are stored in our Akashic Record. We know who we are at soul level. We have that access to that wisdom, but we're not tuning in. We're not truly listening. And therefore we are not trusting those messages, those beautiful moments of wisdom and guidance, those little nudges, those little taps on the shoulder, as I like to call them. Don't seem to trust it or build that trust. We quite the opposite. We lose our confidence in those messages because we don't know how to interpret them. We don't know how to take action on them, and we don't know how to move forward with that information and that wisdom and guidance that we receive. And that's what I love to help my clients with, to supporting them really just taking that action, to trusting, to testing it out, to being playful. First and foremost, we're here to have a joyful life. We're here to have an extraordinary life. But we have to play in life. We have to show up willing to go first. We have to show up willing to listen and take action on those nudges. We can't sit back and just allow things to happen to us. That is giving away our autonomy, our free will, our choice, and our freedom. And this is what we are often fighting towards back, is to retain, to reclaim our freedom, to find freedom in our life. So this is a really important element of working with the Akashic Records. It's not something outside of you. It is already something within you. So I always love to pull cards because they really are a beautiful reflection. So I channel a lot for my clients. I channel a lot of wisdom and messages and guidance. And then sometimes at the end of a session or in an angel card reading, if you're interested in having an angel card reading, Akashic reading through the angel cards, then comment angel card and I will send you the link to finding out a little bit more about how you can have a personalized reading with me. But when I pull a card, it is quite incredible how the cards always reflect back exactly what we have been discussing. And it's that little added extra of layer of trust. Not just saying, okay, I'm believing, somebody believes me because I'm saying it and I'm sharing it. When we have that channel reflected directly back through another source that is completely random, then we just hold so much more trust. Hello to those saying hello, Nish, Tara, hello, welcome. We build that trust. So the cards are just a beautiful confirmation of what we already know, what we're already hearing, what we're already being nudged towards and guided towards. And it's so beautiful. And what I always ask before any session, and what I'm asking you now, if you take a moment just to come into the present moment. If you're not following me on Instagram, please hit follow. I'm doing 90 days of presence and I'm sharing my experience with it. And if you want to come and join me with it, you can come and join me with it and try out what it means for you. And I'm sharing some of the experiences around what presence really truly is bringing in that deepening of that trust and deepening that connection. And something I've been practicing for decades, but I've been just invited and I'm listening and I'm taking action to deepen my relationship with presence, with the here and now, with this very moment. And it's really interesting what's happened. So there's a highlight in my profile, in my bio, in my profile that shares just a little bit about how that's going. I think I'm on day 18 of 90. I've got a little way to go, yeah. So what I was saying before this was, it is always about setting an intention. What I always ask my clients whenever I do a reading, what is it that you want some wisdom and guidance around? What are you unclear about? What are you unsure about? What is your confidence wavering about? Are you at a crossroads? Are you wondering what you can do in this direction or that direction? And you just need a little bit of affirmation. Again, you know these answers within you. This is about just getting some supportive clarity around that, and maybe a deeper bit, another layer of that information, so that you can open that door a little crack further and look behind it and see what's behind that and allow yourself to walk through. Remember, the Akashic Records it's a channel to your soul. It's a direct communication to yourself. That's the top level of it. So it's really beautifully showing you who you are at soul level. What is your gift? What is your encouragement? What is your soul trying to whisper to you that you are too busy, too distracted? Who knows that one? To really be listening to. Who's too busy, too distracted, haven't got time, just really want to get on with things, and things will become clearer. But the harder we try to just push through that, the quieter those whispers become, and the less we are tuned into them. And it is really becomes very difficult for us to really trust that intuition when it's not something we are used to listening to. It's like a dear friend. If our friend is consistently telling us, oh, this would be good for you. Why don't you come and do this? Why can't you come and do that? Come and support us. Why don't you come and join this? There's some people here you would be really interested in. And you say, no, I haven't got time. It's going to eventually stop asking. So, hi, thanks for your name. I am not doing personal readings today. This is for you to tune into your own wisdom and guidance, because I am all about supporting people to trust their own innate wisdom and their own innate guidance. So there are no personalized readings on my Instagram feed. If you want personalized readings, then you can book those in my bio. So what is it you're asking? I'm just going to come back to the question. What is it you're asking your soul for wisdom and guidance around? What are you unclear around? What do you need some more wisdom around? What are you willing to do when you get that answer? Because sometimes we often ask a question, what can I do to change this? And we get the answer. I'm like, well, I'm not willing to do that. Why not? Why not? Why are you going to ignore that? Might be uncomfortable. The magic is on the other side of comfortable. We have to walk through discomfort. It doesn't have to be terrifying, but we have to walk through discomfort in order to step to the other side. So I'm just going to pull a card randomly for you to get some wisdom. I'm going to ask a little bit of wisdom and guidance for myself. And let's see, doesn't matter when you're watching this, doesn't matter if you're watching this on replay, the wisdom will come through when you are ready to hear it. So there is a card that's kind of poking out here, and I'm just going to take that card. Okay, this is an interesting one. Rock bottom. And I have a feeling that I've pulled this recently before. Might not have been here. It might have been on another group of mine in another circle. But rock bottom is really interesting. It is a card that says sometimes we need to look to the depth. We need to look to the depth of things to be able to see what's coming through at the other end. It doesn't mean we have to get to rock bottom in order to receive the wisdom. Sometimes we feel we've got to fall so far down the rabbit hole in order to claw our way back up. And I don't believe that that's true. I believe that actually sometimes we have to just go deeper. We have to look deeper. We have to explore deeper. We have to question deeper. We have to see what's at the bottom. What have we not yet uncovered? Sometimes in my process of expansion of where I'm on the edge of something new, I have to look at the things that are in my blind spots. I have to look at the things that are kind of like in the back of mind. I kind of have a sense of them, but I'm not entirely sure what they are. I could just carry on without looking at it. But in order to get to the other side of it, I have to look at those things that are like lurking at the bottom, where I have to stir up the silt of a pond almost, and to let it come to the surface, to be able to move through it and let that settle and the waters to become clear again. So I'd love to know in the comments, like, what does rock bottom mean to you? Do you feel like you're at rock bottom? In which case, there's a bounce back that you are able to catch on. Take it slow, take a little step, take a moment. Sometimes we feel we have to go really hard and fast when we are at rock bottom, or when we're feeling that we don't know the way through. And that often can be very difficult, very challenging on our nervous system, because we have to go through such an extreme polar opposite of where we are. And I always encourage people to just take one little step. One step is the next step. Hi, Danelle. Says the bottom can be a gift also if you are brave enough to open your heart to it. Yes, absolutely. So it's really about just looking to see what's that bit that's under the surface that you've not been quite looking at, you've been ignoring. And the gift is in being able to shine a light on it, is being able to see it for what it truly is, and allowing yourselves to move through. So what is it that you have been ignoring? I think this is the question that's coming through. This is what I'm receiving now, is the question for some of you that are wanting to move to your next level of expansion, growth, wisdom, manifestation, magic, whatever you want. It's like, what is it that you've been ignoring? What is it that's just like you're right on the edge of, and you're being invited to look at, but you've not been looking at it because it feels like it's going to be a negative turn, or it's going to be too difficult, it's going to be too challenging. What is it that's going to support you to take that next step? What have you been ignoring? What can you just sit with for 10 minutes, 5 minutes in presence, which I was talking about before at the beginning of this, and really shine a light on it? Just ask, what is it here for? What is it here to show me? What can I do to move through to the other side and start to see the light, to bring myself up? Tara says, for me, it felt like you know what, I should put my glasses on. That would be helpful. For me, it felt like start from the bottom to build that foundation and inner knowing. True, Tara Dedal says, yes, absolutely. So last year, what I was really, really key on was building foundations, really, really strong foundations. I've been building my business. I've been building my manifestation, my dream of moving to Portugal. And some of you that are following that will know the story behind that. But what last year was really like showing me, encouraging me, was to go back to basics, go back to the basics and start building stronger foundations. I already had foundations, but there were things that were sort of like teetering on top that weren't solid, weren't held down by this solid foundation of the bottom. And so what I was really being encouraged to, and it took time, and I had to build a lot of trust, a lot of like encourage myself. I had to build my confidence against to say, it's okay to go back to the basics. It's okay to go back to the root foundations and build from there, and to start building stronger and stronger foundations so that things I built on top could be rearranged and more cemented and more solid on top of even stronger foundations. So rock bottom, thank you for all the little intuitions that you are bringing to this, because this is the beauty of it. Like, when we have these conversations, when we have these co-created conversations, we create so much magic. We spark ideas, we spark things for each other. And in that, we release old paradigms, we release things that do not serve us individually or serve the collective. And we get ideas and senses of what's the next steps for us, individually and also collectively. Because as we lead the way forward, as we take these moments of encouragement for ourselves and we step forward with trust, with a little bit of faith, with a little bit of uncertainty, we actually pave the way for other people to realize what is possible. Rock bottom doesn't mean the end. Rock bottom is a gift. Rock bottom is building stronger foundations. It's going back to the basics. It's going back to the energy of it. One of my mentors says, like, spiritual mastery is going back to the basics over and over and over again. It's not about getting better and better and better. It's practicing the basics again, then again, then again, which is why I've been encouraged, nudged to go back to my presence practice and say, how can I deepen this even more? How can I master this even more? It's not about getting better at it. It's about going back to the basics, deepening that, building stronger foundations. The root system, the bottom, the bits we can't see under the earth are the strongest part. And it's what holds everything together. Martin says, bottom means to me, it's time to change direction. Yes. And so looking for those nudges. What's the change in direction? What's the shift? What's the thing that you would love to connect with? Any tips for practicing discernment? Oh, it's something I'm currently working on. That's a great question. I feel presence is a huge part of that. It's like, what's going on? What do I feel? What am I discerning here? What am I seeing here? What am I feeling here? What am I sensing here? It's coming back to all those senses. And real discernment is about fine-tuning what we're looking at, seeing the other layers, things that are not, we put so much meaning to things because of our past experience and our past patterning and our past conditioning. And discernment is about being able to step back, look at something with fresh eyes, asking a different question. What am I seeing here? What am I discerning here? What am I taking from this? Am I attaching old meaning to this that doesn't serve me? Or am I able to discern something different from it? So I hope that helps. That's a great question. Really beautiful. I love that, Tara. Is it Tara or Leanne? I'm assuming it's Tara. So we are our own magic makers. We get to build our foundations, beautiful, strong, with deep roots, with power, and we can also add new foundations, add new things. So If you are looking to become the magic maker in your own experience for the next 24 hours, maybe it's 36 because it's going to start tomorrow and you're catching this early. I haven't offered this out to my email list yet. If you're looking to become your own magic maker, I have an incredible 7-module course, which is all about understanding the Akashic Records, you setting strong intentions, releasing past life patterns, collective patterns of behavior, so that you can really step into a new pattern and a new way of being, step onto new timelines, create and just head into a completely new direction, heading straight for your dreams. Then comment magic maker below, because this is such a powerful course. So many people have come through this. Like, the feedback from this is incredible. It is going back to the simple elements of what we are doing in spiritual mastery. And it is really about understanding your connection, your channel to your own soul and your Akashic record, how to ask powerful questions, how to discern the answers, the messages, the guidance system, everything that you are receiving through your Akashic record. It is a beautiful course. There's over 15 hours of training in that course. There's replays of Q&As where people have come live and asked me questions, and you get lifetime access to it, so you can take your time. It is a resource. People are already starting the second round and doing it again, which is amazing. And that's what I love to hear, because they realize there's so much wisdom, there's so much channeled information and transmissions in that course. It's unbelievable. Rock bottom doesn't mean you are at rock bottom. The world is your oyster. We are magic makers in our own experience. And we are here to enjoy a full, beautiful, magical life. If you've got any questions, my DMs are always open. If there's something that you want to know about how to work with me with an Akashic reading, one of my courses, Becoming a Practitioner. If you're a practitioner and you want to add this as an extra income stream to your work, blending it in. So many practitioners have found beautiful ways through my course to blend this into their own work and to weave it all together and make their own unique way of doing it. I am all about allowing you, giving you the tools to make everything your own. You are the powerful creator in your own experience. If you want to know more, just drop me a DM. And I've really enjoyed today's beautiful wisdom from the Akashic Records, and this beautiful card deck, if you didn't catch which one it was. And I'm here every Monday doing a little channeled reading on my Instagram live at Natasha Nicole Harris. If you're watching me on YouTube, come over to Instagram and follow me there. And I can't wait to share more wisdom with you next week. Bye for now.